Abbie Hoffman, the former leader of the Yippies, who has been in the news of late, is free on bail tonight after spending last night in the Brooklyn House of Detention. Hoffman, as you'll recall, turned himself in 12 days ago. He was sent to jail last night after his indictment on charges of bail jumping some time ago. Hoffman's family came up with the cash to get him out today, and we get more on that story from our reporter John Slattery.
Abbie Hoffman's girlfriend, his brother, his friends file into court for a bail hearing this morning, hoping the judge will be lenient.
I think the man suffered enough. 7 years underground is a lot of punishment.
Abbie Hoffman, who came out of hiding to surrender on a 1973 charge of selling cocaine, was freed on his own recognizance 2 weeks ago, but now that a grand jury has indicted him, he spent last night in jail. Today, it was back into court. But this appearance for Hoffman, standing before a judge, standing with guards all around him, something very new for a man used to the wide open spaces. For the last 4 years, he's lived on the remote Wellesley Island in the St. Lawrence River, in a remote village with only 15 people, in a lovely turn-of-the-century cottage with his girlfriend Johanna. Living as Barry Freed, he fought the dredging of the St. Lawrence River and was commended by Governor Carey, by Senator Moynihan. He testified in Washington, taking the risk of his true identity being discovered. Today, before the judge, he asked to read a statement in which he said he took such a risk because he felt the cause was worth it. He listed what he felt were the many achievements of his life, attaining many of them as Barry Freed. Hoffman, who is about to come out with a new book, said, quote, "To think I turned myself in just to sell a book is to make a mockery of everything I've stood for." He offered proceeds from his book to go to a charity chosen by him and the judge.
I said, "That's Abbie." I said, I wasn't shocked. I'm sure I had a feeling inside he would do something like that.
The judge set bail at $100,000, $25,000 in cash, but agreed to let him pay $10,000 today, the remaining $15,000 by September 24th. Where will the money come from?
We received calls last night from friends all over the country and out of the country even, who were prepared and standing by to whatever money is necessary to bring into New York and to get it here to raise bail for Abbie.
Hoffman's girlfriend made tracks for the clerk's office to lay down $10,000 in cash. Hoffman's mother was just happy he'll meet the bail.
I'm anticipating meeting my son. That's one of the main things. I haven't really seen him for a long time, and I really want to be with him.
And she was with him at a news conference where Hoffman spoke of the trial he now faces.
This is going to be a difficult trial. It's going to be a costly trial. I object to the high bail for that reason, because it's interfering with our ability to put on a defense.
Hoffman objects to the high bail because he says he'll end up spending all his time trying to raise the money for the bail and for his defense at the expense of working on the defense itself. Hoffman's attorney, Gerald Lefcourt, however, says he'll seek to have the cocaine charges set aside on grounds that illegal wiretaps were involved. But the next step for Hoffman, coming up with the $15,000 by next Wednesday. Bill?
Thank you, John. The police have found Eileen Mikhail's car in New Rochelle. She's the 21-year-old woman whose body was found in the Bronx on Saturday, bruised and beaten and maybe sexually assaulted. Eileen Mikhail lived in Mamaroneck, worked as an art therapist at a hospital in Harris. And the police hope that her car, which they have now found after hunting for it for a couple of days now, might hold a clue as to the identity of her killer. Roger?
An unidentified ballerina was led into the Manhattan District Attorney's office today. The DA is not talking about it, but it's believed that the ballerina looked at a lineup that included Craig Crimmins, the suspect in the Met murder. We don't know if Crimmins was picked from the lineup as the man last seen with the violinist, who's now dead, Helen Mintix. The State Department Undersecretary has testified that neither Billy Carter nor his Libyan friends tried to influence any U.S. sales to Libya. David Newsom saying those sales made did not result from the Billy connection, nor were they of any military significance.
Next on Eyewitness News, we're going to tell you about the landlord in Levittown on Long Island who is trying to put a blind woman and her cats out on the street, and a powerful union leader calls Mayor Koch a disgrace. We'll have those stories. We'll have more when we come back in just a moment with more of Eyewitness News.
When most everything your dog eats is soft, keeping his teeth clean and white may be hard.
Soft, 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 soft.
Give your dog Milk-Bone Dog Biscuits, the crunch food. Milk-Bone Dog Biscuits in 3 different sizes and hardness helps keep teeth clean and white.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
When most everything your dog eats is soft, nutritious Milk-Bone Dog Biscuits give him crunch.
America, here comes your hair. Hair that's full of body, that holds up under heat. Hair conditioned with Flex. Revlon's unique balsam and protein conditioner adds the right amount of body to every kind of hair. Makes over-dried hair dazzling, healthy-looking, shiny, and flexible again. For body that holds up under heat, get Flex Conditioner, Flex Shampoo, too, from Revlon. Beautiful.
The bank of the future. It'll be fast, simple. You'll have complete control. Deposits, withdrawals, payments, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Vital information at your fingertips. Up-to-the-minute records. The bank of the future. The Brooklyn Savings Bank.
Well, good morning, Mrs. Reeves.
Where you'll find the newest generation of banking centers in your neighborhood. Because now,
Mother.
it's more important than ever to keep in touch with your money. The Brooklyn Savings Bank Touch Banking Center.
That used to be us, always rushing.
Right.
And that used to be us, always standing in line.
Right.
On TWA, we got our return trip boarding passes on our flight out, so we go straight to the gate.
Right.
We even reserved our favorite seats in advance.
Right. And nobody can get you through the airport faster than TWA. Right.
Since we have our seats together, we can work together.
Wrong.
You're gonna like us, TWA.